The Decorah Vikings fell to the Crestwood Cadets in week number 1, 26-14, getting a recap and a preview of week number 2 with head coach Pat Trewin. And coach, what were your main takeaways from the week 1 game against the Cadets?
We don't have a lot of experience coming back. We're pretty young in the line, and they were a big, good ball club. They've really improved over the course of a year, and our inexperience showed a little. We made some mistakes, and we know that we can do better, play better. It's a first game. It's tough when that first game happens. They throw a few things at you, and you got to adjust on the fly. And we threw a few things at them, and there were a lot of good plays within the game. A lot of good effort. Very proud of the guys for their efforts all game long. But we got to cut down on some of those mistakes. We had a couple costly penalties, couple turnover, a couple rough plays, and then just being able to match the physicality and set the physicality. We're going to keep working on it. And, we had a good day of practice here Monday, and we're going to get after it the rest of the week.
And when you talk about inexperience on the offensive line, of course, a lot of those guys haven't had a ton of varsity snaps, but it's also their first time working together as a collective unit, and that tends to complicate things as well when you have inexperienced people, not only individually, but as a group. Is that a fair thing to say?
Yeah, that is a fair thing to say. They didn't throw a whole lot at us that we didn't expect, but there were a couple situations where, we probably needed to look this way or block that way. And, we didn't, and the communication's got to improve. It's got to happen. And we'll just keep working on it in practice, set up some new things. And, we'll keep getting better. There's no doubt. That's Decorah football. We keep progressing throughout the year in a very big way. We'd like to make great progress from week 1 to week 2 in what we need to know and do and understand. And then we'll get after it from there.
It was the first varsity start at quarterback for Brady. He accounted for almost 200 yards in total offense through the run and the pass game. How would you assess Brady's performance last week?
Yeah, very proud of Brady. It was his first start. He'd gotten a little action last year in the backup role. His physical effort on both sides of the ball was just tremendous. He played linebacker as well. He made a bunch of tackles, hustled to the ball. Just very proud of that. We know that you can still make some mistakes when we ask for some reads or things like that. Yeah, we made a couple, but boy, we still accomplished a lot. There's a lot to build off of. So very proud of what he did Friday.
And when you discuss the mistakes that were made from a coaching staff perspective, obviously you want to play clean football, but are there some mistakes that are born of effort that you can live with a little bit? Are there some mistakes that are just mental breakdowns that you have to improve on?
Yeah, but both of those are true. We know we have to make right choices, and then we need to go out and out execute. And when you're early in the season, some of those mistakes, it's like, okay, we got to do that. We got to coach them up. We got to practice it more. And then as the season goes along, then you'd be more critical of some mistakes. But there's so much more good than bad. We're going to tip our cap to Cresco on that, and then we're going to move on and get after Waukon.
And you mentioned the Indians' first road trip of the year as you head 20 miles to the east on Highway 9 this week. They'll be looking for their first win as well. What you see on film in week number 1 that impresses you about Waukon?
Yeah, Waukon's very big, very physical. They're highly ranked, and so is Waverly. They're both real near the top of their class, and you can really see that physicality come through. They have an experienced quarterback back. You can see his ability to scramble. throws pretty good ball. So they're a real strong ball club, and you know it'll be a rivalry game. So our guys will play really hard, you know, right through the end of the ball game, and then you know we've got to, you know, you put in a game plan, you throw some wrinkles in there that you hope they'll work out, and then you go out and you try to really get after it physically, try to execute the opponent. But they're a fine ball club. You know, they'll be hard to beat most of the year long.
All right, Coach. Here's hoping you can keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck here in week number 2.
Thank you very much. Have a great week.
Decorah coach Pat Trewin previewing the Indians and the Vikings.